More than 80% of the world's population can no longer see the Milky Way. Not because it's gone, because we've drowned it out. The average person now spends over 90% of their life indoors. We sleep less than our ancestors. We spend hours staring at glowing screens after sunset. Rates of sleep disorders, anxiety, and attention problems continue to rise. Scientists still debate exactly why, but one suspect appears again and again. The strange part is that it's not something most people consider dangerous at all. In fact, it's one of the greatest inventions in human history. It transformed civilization, extended the human day, and changed the planet so completely that almost nobody remembers what came before it. To understand why, we need to go back, way back. For almost all of human history, night was dark, not dim, not illuminated by streetlights, not glowing from phone screens. Dark. The kind of darkness most modern humans have never experienced. For more than 300,000 years, every one of your ancestors lived in that world. When the sun disappeared, so did visibility, so did safety, so did much of daily life. Night wasn't simply the absence of daylight, it was a completely different environment. And humans evolved inside it. Your brain still carries the fingerprints of that world. Every morning, specialized cells in your eyes measure incoming light. They send signals directly to your brain, not telling it what you're looking at, telling it what time it is. For millions of years, this system worked almost perfectly. Sunrise meant wake up, sunset meant prepare for sleep. Darkness triggered a cascade of biological changes. Body temperature dropped. Melatonin increased. The brain shifted toward recovery. The system was elegant. Then humans changed it. The first major shift came with fire. For the first time, humans could push back against the darkness. Anthropologists believe fire may have added several extra hours to the human day. People gathered around campfires. Stories emerged. Knowledge spread. Civilization began taking shape. But even fire had limits. A campfire creates a small island of light surrounded by an ocean of darkness. The night still existed. Darkness still won. That remained true for thousands of years. Then came something different. Street lamps, gas lighting, electricity, and eventually the light bulb. At first, it seemed miraculous. Cities became safer. Businesses stayed open later. Factories operated around the clock. Productivity exploded. For the first time in history, humans gained control over the night itself. Or at least it seemed that way, because every invention solves a problem, and every invention creates new ones. The question is whether we fully understood this one. In the early 1990s, psychiatrist Thomas Wehr conducted an unusual experiment. He removed artificial light from people's lives. Participants experienced long periods of darkness every night, similar to what humans would have encountered before modern lighting. Something unexpected happened. Within weeks, their sleep changed. Almost every participant naturally shifted into a pattern known as segmented sleep. 4 hours asleep, 1 to 3 hours awake, then another 4 hours asleep. Nobody instructed them to do this. Their bodies simply returned to it as though an older program had been waiting underneath modern life all along. Even stranger, participants reported feeling unusually calm during the wakeful period. Not restless, not anxious, reflective, peaceful. Researchers measured elevated prolactin levels, a hormone associated with relaxation and meditation. It appeared that humans weren't merely sleeping differently in the past. They may have been experiencing an entire state of consciousness that modern life has largely erased. And sleep isn't the only thing that changed. Researchers studying people who spend time away from artificial light consistently observe shifts in circadian rhythms. Melatonin production begins earlier. Sleep becomes more stable. Biological clocks start aligning with natural cycles again. The body remembers, which raises an uncomfortable possibility. What if some of the problems we consider normal today aren't normal at all? What if they are side effects, not of technology itself, but of a world that never gets dark? Because darkness wasn't just something humans endured, it was something humans evolved with. For hundreds of thousands of years, night imposed limits. Work stopped, information stopped, distraction stopped. The world slowed down. Today, many people remain mentally stimulated until the moment they fall asleep. Notifications arrive at midnight. Videos autoplay endlessly. Entire industries operate 24 hours a day. The sun sets, but the brain often never receives the message. And perhaps that's the strangest part of all. Artificial light may be the most successful invention humans ever created. It defeated one of the oldest forces in nature, darkness. It extended productivity, expanded economies, made modern civilization possible. But in doing so, it also altered one of the oldest relationships humans ever had, their relationship with the night. This isn't a story about rejecting technology. It's not a story about throwing away phones or living by candlelight. Human progress has always involved trade-offs. The real question is whether we understand ours. Because every invention changes the people who use it. The wheel changed movement. Writing changed memory. The internet changed information. And artificial light changed time itself. For most of human history, the setting sun determined the rhythm of life. Today, a switch does. And maybe that's why this invention is so unusual. It didn't conquer humanity through force. It didn't destroy cities. It didn't start wars. It quietly reshaped the environment around us until we became something different. The most dangerous inventions aren't always the ones that explode. Sometimes they're the ones so useful, so normal, and so successful that nobody notices what they changed. Tonight, after the sun goes down, you'll probably flip a switch. Light will flood the room, and you won't think twice about it. But for 300,000 years, every one of your ancestors lived in a world where that switch didn't exist. The darkness disappeared. The question is, what disappeared with it?